Just give me his first like 2 sentences of his proof points. That's all I want.
Yeah.
Okay. After some crazy technical problems, I think we are back successfully. Maybe.
Thank you to the audience for debugging.
Yep. Yep.
Can everybody else hear us now? Is the real question.
It's just for Soundwave. So.
Kain, you got to talk a little bit louder though. You're even with my being able to hear you, you're coming through very quietly.
Is that better?
That is.
Mildly, yes. Let's say yes.
Mildly, okay.
Look, what can I say? I'm used to Grimdark James speaking vociferously into a microphone and Zoom having to calm him down. Well, friends, just in case you weren't here live, this is still Shipbreakers Stars That Numbers Revised, episode 37. The last episode was the charity game, etc., etc. Let's do some goals with a reminder that tonight and every episode from now until the show is over could be the final episode, period, end of story. If the worst happens, I'm not going to save you. There will not be a divine intervention or a Deus Ex Machina. Sometimes when you roll the dice and when you adventure beyond the bounds of safety, it happens. So much of this show was built on various shanties and songs. I would refer to you to what is the one about it's just called Northwest Passage by Stan Rogers, about the expedition of the Terror, where a bunch of dumbasses are like, hey, I think we can get through North Canada by just sailing through it.
Lakes, man.
And everyone nearby along the whole way was like, you can't do it, bro.
Now
the
about
ice froze.
The secret tunnel.
Yeah, they were looking for a secret tunnel that did not exist. The ice froze and the ships were trapped, and they all froze to death out there. And it took a long time for anyone to find them, like decades. They were thought lost forever until they were found perfectly intact. So goals, hey, goals.
Quentin would like to have a conversation with his shadow.
Oh boy.
That's so
once again
funny given what today's some of the things that are happening today, for sure. Very funny.
And once again, you're probably going to go in without one of those 2 weapon things everyone keeps saying you need.
Literally can't get them.
Yeah. The Sunblade?
Yeah, that's one of them.
You dare to contact the other side without a Sunblade or a Pactor? Who do you think you are?
I guess I might have to be a Pactor.
It's so funny because it's mimetic. Like, everyone you're talking to knows exactly what it is, and you're like, what are you saying? Skibbity toilet?
Those are words, I guess.
I think Van-Vee is going to drink the vial.
That's your goal, is to drink a vial?
Is that too simple? Huh?
What adventurous part?
He's hoping. So the way the last episode ended is not only can you feel yourself being choked, but you can feel what's his face starting to like invade your mind.
Mm-hmm.
And so the goal is to try to mimic, copy, learn, move, if you will, from that and apply it to the vial and gain more of himself.
Okay. So that is very different from drink a vial. You know what I mean? Like, drink a vial is a goal that you accomplish like this.
Yeah,
there's nothing adventurous about it, but expand your mind is definitely a more worthy goal.
I just want to copy his eject shot and get it for myself.
I understand. yes, of course. You want to copy the sublimely magnificent eject shot Mark III.
You got it.
Well, you have to wait for him to use it, and then you have to hit square at the perfect moment when it flashes.
I'm assuming it's happening, and I haven't missed the square button.
Of course. You got to use your guard tech, of course.
Yes.
You do have a
Give him
free
a quick
skill
time
slot
event
open, right?
or what? Like what?
Say it again.
What?
I don't think we cut that, Ludemann. I was being
Can we
loud.
get him a quick time event or?
Oh yeah, of course, on the ship, the quick time event there as well. You hear your dad mocking you.
Echoing through the halls.
MINERVA, let's talk about your goal today.
With what happened with Fairy, MINERVA wants to try and decide if these people that it's been traveling with are actually its friends.
Oh my god.
It is as part of a bigger thing. MINERVA's trying to justify or not what to do from this point forward.
Never making
Will
it to our
note that
destinations.
you have sworn an oath to carry them as your passengers till their natural death. That doesn't necessarily mean they have to be your friends.
Right. But as far as trying to figure out, because up to this point, MINERVA has figured that like learning from them and trusting them and how they handle things could teach it how best to help humanity, especially given that most of what it knows isn't necessarily true anyways. And if these people aren't really its friends, then it has to come up with its own path, since they might die soon. This seems, given their life choices, they'll likely die soon. How to help humanity? Is it with humanity or is it in spite of humanity?
Okay. Well, you certainly set a goal for yourself. And hey, just for a light refresher, how about that crew goal Dunamis was hinting at having?
Very simply, jump to the Limitriad or Jotamankira.
Leave Lita.
Yes, get the F out of this place.
Again, that's not really an adventurous. It is a goal.
I'm down with the crew goal being to jump, but how about to make the fateful jump?
Oh, make the fated jump. Okay.
Because, I mean, we still have to figure out how many ships are going and how we're making both the jumps.
Sure. Just remember, you don't have to accomplish the cruel goal. You just have to work towards it. So make the fated jump is a good goal.
All right, we'll roll with that. I like it.
Leaving Lita is not a good goal.
I think it's a perfect goal.
You could accomplish leave Lita in the first 20 seconds. What you do is you say, MINERVA, we're getting out of here. Vent this guy out in the atmosphere and then drive us to the edge of the system. We'll jump. Boom. Goal done.
Dude, man.
And then Quentin, teleport, get me, and teleport back. And just leave this other guy in space.
Okay. We begin where we left off. Van-Vee, you're being choked to death. Things are going poorly.
Can I get words out?
So he isn't. I believe you are on the boarding ramp for one of the orbital cargo lifters. You have commanded it to return and locked him out of the controls. You guys tell me what you want to do here.
I'm going to go say MINERVA did that on her own, but okay.
Van-Vee said that he was afraid of what would happen if this guy got near his family. So he didn't get to go near your family.
So the door opens. I forget what I said, but he immediately attacked me. As he's choking me, can I get words out, or am I unable to speak?
They may be the last words you ever speak.
All right. Then I think the first thing I would do is try to do like one of those stomp on his feet and jab to like the neck, just to like quickly get him off and incapacitate him a little bit.
Sure, great. Make a punch roll.
Punch. Am I aware that this is happening? I forget exactly how much I knew.
Yet. I had a plan to tell you guys, but I haven't done it yet.
Okay.
Well,
MINERVA knows at least.
Strength or dex? Strength.
I mean, this very quickly happened, so I imagine there's going to be a bit of a delay to be able to tell.
That's
the
not
captain.
very good.
You go to stomp on his feet, and he jumps in the air so that you, and because he's holding you, you both go out, and he lands with his feet like in a wide stance, and he's shaking you while he's choking you as well.
Definitely not good. Okay.
When I have the
You did say you wanted
opportunity-
to say something. Is there anything you want to gurgle out real quick before we move to the next person?
I don't think Wally's being hostile. No, I don't think I would.
Okay. Quentin, you get a quick flash update from the ship's virtual intelligences, letting you know that there is interpersonal conflict on board the ship, and checking with the captain if you want to deploy resolution countermeasures.
Resolution countermeasures?
I don't like the sound
He
of that.
requests clarification. What are resolution countermeasures? And he's moving as he goes. Quentin's going to like teleport to the nearest location.
I'd like to also be sending him an alert with the video feed so he can see what's going on in the lifter bay.
You request a list of what resolution countermeasures are, and it's like send one of the little drones to like tell them to break it up, begin therapy.
Oh my god, it's like in Wally. Those useless bots that come around.
Not good. Can I get a video feed?
MINERVA sends you a video feed. You see
what was the other resolution?
In
It's
the
just
body
basically
of
simple.
A man
Like,
you
there's-
already know choking Van-Vee, his own son, to death.
Quentin's going to teleport to the closest location that he has been, like, to this place. So if he's been to the
The cargo
teleport
lighter
there.
bay, sure.
It would be really funny if there's no place in this area of the ship you've been to. Like you're one of your own two ships in your fleet and you've never
Right.
been to
You've
that ship.
taken an orbital lighter before.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I assume so. I just, don't want to be presumptuous. So
Rides
then I'm
sheep
there.
up.
And then I'm scurrying towards the situation.
MINERVA, what do you want to do?
Not sure how much I can do right now. I mean, the captain's there now, so trying to turn up the gravity to make it so they can't fight each other would also stop the captain from helping.
I just leave.
Like, does it look to me like a capture type thing or a murder type thing?
It looks like a murder.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'd like to turn the gravity up. Like to slam them to the deck plates.
Okay. I might need a hacking roll. Now, just to be clear, this is hacking into the goose's nest. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, to be clear, if you do this, Van-Vee is not immune to the effects of the local gravity also slamming them to the ground as well.
Right. And I'm not trying to kill either of them. I'm trying to pin them to the deck with gravity.
Okay. After numerous, like you go through numerous warnings that's like, warning, organics detected in the local area, increasing gravity beyond 1.0, not allowed. Administrator access required. And then it's like, warning, administrator access is not enough. Requires supervisor. Requires mandate level access. Requires root programmer machine language. And you just keep blasting past each of these warnings and disable all the safeties. And you, within the fraction of a second, both of them collapse to the ground. Van-Vee, you're still choking, but now it's because filling your lungs is difficult, not because someone has their hands around your throat.
Do I have visual on them at this point?
I think you are also on the ground. I believe you said you were teleported
Same question,
into the
though.
area. I love the idea that you teleport in and then you just immediately slam into the
Oh
ground.
God! But no, really, can I see them or not?
Yes.
Then Quentin will teleport to Van-Vee so he can be touching Van-Vee.
Okay.
And then he will teleport him and Van-Vee out of this bay.
Okay. Tell me what you want to do next.
And then he will pull Van-Vee to his feet. So what the hell's going on? And what are we going to do with this?
Well, Cap, safe to say I done screwed up again. Look, just trying to help my people. I'm trying to protect my family, and it seems like every step I take towards one is against the other. And I don't know what to do with Hall now. We can't drop him off here where the rest of my family is. It's a liability. So MINERVA, gosh darn it, did the right thing and brought him back, but I don't know what to do with him. He has information I want. He won't even look at me or talk to me now. I don't know what you want me to say, Cap. He's a loose end. I don't know how else to look at it. I mean, I didn't lay a hand on him. He attacked me, but I can't even talk to him anymore without him repeating what just happened.
Since I've already hacked the ever-living crap out of the ship, I feel like I could probably come over the PA in the room you guys are in.
Sure.
You're welcome.
He tried to kill you.
Yeah, well, I'm not all that sure I can blame him. He just wants to get home, and I'm like the only one that can get in there.
Someone who's got a few hundred years under his belt, he sure doesn't have a lot of patience.
You said that you were afraid of what would happen if you was near your family, and he just tried to kill you.
I know, MINERVA, but you know what your moral compass is and mine is. We don't kill out of sport or anything like that, so we can't just kill him. But I doubt he's willingly coming back on board for us to go drop him off somewhere else. So I don't know what to do with him. I mean, right now, Lita is basically as close as we can get him to the what's it called, the zone, the defense zone, shit, whatever it's called, Zanades and as Admedes. So
The quarantine zone.
there we go, quarantine zone. I'm not really sure what to do with him, where to put him.
You don't want to kill him?
Killing him just, I don't know, doesn't kill him just to kill him because it's convenient. That doesn't seem to make sense, but
We can confine him and get him out of the system and drop him off somewhere if you want. That's fine, but you're going to have to go talk to him.
You've killed to protect us before.
yeah, I guess I'm looking at it differently when someone's trying to kill just me versus kill my family and friends. I mean, if he tells me he's going to kill my family, well, then we got a problem.
You said you were worried about what would happen. I thought that meant that you were worried that he was going to be a danger to your family. That's why I brought him back.
Oh, I think he is a danger to my family, but I don't know, MINERVA. It feels like you're trying to convince me to just kill him now.
I don't understand then. I feel like you've killed for less.
For less. I mean, it's been mostly self-defense. Honestly, if you hadn't turned on the gravity and Captain hadn't pulled me out, I probably would have just killed him again in self-defense. But
do you want me to continue to defend you?
I mean, I don't want you to keep turning the gravity up on him if that's what you're asking.
You killed your father because he was a danger to everybody else.
Well, that is true. He was going to blow up our whole ship.
There's imminent threat and potential threat here. I think is maybe the difference.
That's a good point, Cap. I mean, right now, I guess the imminent threat is really just to me, but the potential threat is to everyone. I don't know. Like, where are we going that we could bring him? Honestly, the direction we were going to head, that's bringing him right back where he came from. Then I just feel like a bigger asshole.
Wherever you bring him, it's not going to change what he thinks.
Is there a way I can talk to him, like through a door?
You can speak to him over the speakers, but I don't think he'll be able to speak back.
We can release that gravity now, y'all.
Oh yeah.
Or at least,
Is he?
lower that intensity.
He is quite skilled. That might be dangerous.
Is he? He's in a hangar bay, right? Can't we shut the door and lock it?
I don't recommend it.
Well, I guess what do you recommend, MINERVA? I mean, you seem the most aggressive right now out of the three of us. What are you going for?
I've been trying to learn from you, from both of you.
Ooh, I think you should try learning from Cap. Don't try to learn from me.
I mean,
Well,
the captain encapsulated a man and burned him alive for hurting his family.
all right, I think we're gonna have some things to unpack here, MINERVA. For the immediate time being, I guess I would like to try to talk to him. I mean, honestly, he has knowledge I want. I think I can help him. It's just not an immediate priority. Like, we got to get over to the Shivada system. That's our number one goal, right? That is our goal. And he's kind of like maybe he's almost like looking for confirmation from Quentin that is our number one priority.
That is what we have to do right now. That I know of. It's the only thing that sets us up to even go to Scarfy, and that's the point that you got to convince him of. We don't have. Does he really think that? That
I think he's
the starlet turned like God Emperor of a world is going to be welcoming him back with open arms and welcoming two ships or one ship appearing suddenly in his system. I mean.
I think that's a chance that he's willing to take, just like the chance he's willing to take on me being able to pilot him there directly from Lita, not going through the quarantine zone. I mean, the odds of that successful jump there aren't good. Never mind coming back.
Simple truth is that the only way we survive an encounter like that is more than likely by being over-prepared with anything that we can loot from the place that we are going, which is also going to have its own iffy chance of survival, seemingly. So, we got to roll some dice to be able to roll those dice that he wants to roll.
I think I'm torn because he has knowledge I want. Like, I want to know what happens if I do kill him or he kills me. Then what happens to our dust? Or like my father, where's he? My other father, I suppose. Where's his dust at? He knows that information. I know he does. But it's not like it's not like I can threaten him to kill him to get the information or else, because then he's just floating around and I don't know what to do about it. I mean, I don't know. Whatever. There's no way like if one of us dies, you can turn on all those electronic dust link stuff you got and could detect both of us, right? Because
I don't connect to the dust. I
know
connect
you
to an organ in your brain.
the link, but I guess that answers that. I don't know, guys. It pains me to say this. This doesn't feel like the right thing to do, but I feel like we can't continue on unless that threat is neutralized. And I hate those words coming out of my mouth, but if we have to vote right here and now, I don't see any benefit he can provide other than information he's not going to tell me. And he's a threat to my family. He's a threat to me, threat to you guys. And with that, Van-Vee's like raising his hand, like to start like a vote.
Yeah, you see Quentin just look exhausted at this point. He's just defeated looking a little, and go ahead and vote, MINERVA. That's all he says.
Smart.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I just know what I've seen the two of you do. And killing him right now seems like something the two of you would do. I can do it if you want me to.
If someone's got to do it, I think it
I
should
didn't
be
ask
me.
you to. Wanted to hear your vote. What would you do?
If everything that I know was real, then I none of this would be something that I would care about. This would be your problem. I'm a warship. I was supposed to be, at least I was told that I was a defender of humanity, not a mediator of humanity. This
Like
doesn't.
we're having some identity crisis here, Minerva. Does this have to do with fairy at all?
I just know that when I have witnessed you both kill and feel justified for reasons similar to this, I don't understand your confusion.
It's as simple as taking a life should never be anything but a last resort, I guess.
We got this man pinned and immobilized, and we're here debating about it. That's a different situation than somebody staring down the barrel of a gun, you know, decimating a population.
With that, Van-Vee's like, oh shit, Captain voted against me. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
It's not supposed to be my job to be an executioner or to deal with problems between people. I will kill him if you both ask me to.
Nope.
But if left to my own devices, I don't understand. I don't want to kill somebody for something I don't understand. I wouldn't do it without you asking me to.
Good reason.
That's why he's not dead now.
But let's keep it that way.
Quentin says, let's keep it that way. Okay. It's about to say Van-Vee feels bad putting this onus on YouTube and is about to start walking back towards that hangar. But if you say that, he probably takes half a step and then stops and just comes back and goes, I don't know what the fuck to do.
Walk to the hangar, Van-Vee. You get to make the choice. This is your family, so to speak. And you're the only person who's going to convince him of anything other than what you think the end result is. If you can restrain him, we can dump him somewhere you want. If you think he's got to go, he's got to go. It's up to you.
You see a blue dialogue option and a red dialogue option. Paragon, Renegade, which path will you take?
And then you see Van-Vee draw out his laser pistol and walk towards the hangar.
Okay.
Quentin disappears.
You open the door to
Where
the
do you
hangar
go?
bay.
He's back to his cabin. I mean, he doesn't want to be around for it. Like,
I was like, that was real ominous.
You could see he is lying flat on his back, trying to keep breathing.
Wait, is gravity still on? The higher gravity?
Why wouldn't it be on?
This is his prison. You can speak to him through the door or over the PA.
Wait, but the door opened. So would I not also be affected by the gravity?
Not until you step through it.
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
Well, welcome to ships having anti-gravity technology. Yeah.
I thought it would be like, I don't know, whole sections where the air is like connected. I guess not.
Yes, gravity travels through air. That's how it works.
Minerva, this isn't necessary anymore, and you can turn off cams if you'd like.
I'll lower the gravity a bit, but it's still gonna. I want it to be heavy enough that they can like sit up and breathe better, but it's still difficult for them to slog around.
I am not going to walk through the door.
Okay.
You know how I get why you don't like me. Frankly, I don't like you. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to help our people back home And right now, it is not a priority for me to go there first. I wish I could trust you, but I can't. And so, honestly, I don't see an alternative here other than either you come with us as a prisoner back to kind of where you came from, and we'll release you there, or we just end this right here, right now. 'Cause I can't live leaving you here in this system where my family is. Choice is yours.
He turns his head on the ground to look at you. He doesn't say anything, but you can tell that he's enraged with a look you've never seen on your father's face.
All right, then I'll raise the pistol and I'll wait like a 3-second count to see if he'll say anything. This is going dark. I don't like this.
You're gonna kill your father twice in one campaign?
That a
There's
first?
some Dark Tower shit, man. You have forgotten the face of your father.
Yeah, I was trying to make. How did we started with nice, good characters too? What happens?
I'll take credit for that one.
Hey, I found out that my entire life was a
Well,
lie.
hold on.
Right?
Nice, good characters. Didn't you shoot a police officer in the second episode?
A police officer?
Not a
No,
police
you
officer.
bribed a police officer after shooting someone.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's
Yeah,
totally
yeah.
different than shooting a police
criminal.
officer.
Got shot.
Shot
And
a
a police
man and
officer
bribed
got
your way out
paid.
of prison.
I'm gonna be
Which
honest.
is okay.
The leap from shooting a random person to shooting a police officer is not as big as you're making it out.
Well, now it's not, as I'm about to shoot my dad again.
Yeah. Unless you tell me otherwise, you shoot him.
Yep, after 3 seconds, I pull the trigger.
Okay. He dies.
I think Van-Vee just kind of slumps down on the floor, right where he is.
I'll release the gravity since he's dead. Put it back to 1. And just like in the speakers in the hallway. Tell me why you shot him.
Lack of a better option, Minerva. It's the only way I can think of how to make sure everyone stays safe. And I pray to God you don't use that against me someday.
I'm not trying to manipulate you. I just want to understand.
I really think, Minerva, that's as simple as I don't know how else I could have protected my family on Lita from this man, from yourself from this man, and Quentin from this man. The part that still has me nervous as hell, you and I both know he's not gone. He's somewhere floating right in front of me. I can't see him and I can't do anything about it.
Can you feel him?
Have I garnered any ability of trying to use dust to reach out to other dust? I don't feel a thing. I mean, I reach out with the link and I sense there's nothing there. Death.
You made this kill sound so different than when you shot your father. Why was this so different?
Well, that was spur of the moment. I had no chance to really act versus he was going to blow up the ship. This was a defenseless man just sitting in front of me. Not really much choice in the matter. This felt more like an execution than defense.
So your instinct with your father was to kill.
Not sure this is helping, whatever. With my father the first time, it was defense, protect everyone. This time, it was the same thing, but it wasn't as urgent. It was frankly just lack of a better option. I'd prefer if we don't continue this conversation whenever. Like he'll get up and walk away, like he's walking away from the conversation, fully knowing that you can just like follow wherever he goes.
Minerva stops talking.
AP, you're on mute.
Several hours later, the ship gets a docking request from one of your lighters returning from ferry.
I assume we've cleaned up in this time frame.
What are you doing
I mean,
with the body?
What do you want to do with it? It's not on me.
What does Van-Vee do in the aftermath of that moment?
I think he goes to his room and just I don't know, probably, well, you said several hours later. He probably stays in there for at least 1 to 2 hours. After that, he probably tries to return to the bridge as composed as he can be, but you can tell mentally he's like, he doesn't know what he's doing anymore. He's like, every time he tries to protect one thing, he ends up becoming darker himself. It's starting to weigh on him.
What does the VI do without Minerva's interference?
Oh, it
Does the VI clean it up?
Yeah,
Take it to the morgue?
Of course it does. To the morgue?
Yeah.
No, it prepares a spaceship burial and it shoots him towards the sun.
Ah. Oh, wow. Yeah. All right.
It also desperately tries to reset the gravity and can't because Minerva has hacked it.
I restore gravity and I restore all the safeguards.
Calibrations.
And I back out of the system.
Just continuously going to
getting
make
this
Mass
warning
Effect.
notification. What is going on?
An AI to a VI, these aren't the droids you're looking for.
These aren't the droids we're looking for. Sorry. These aren't the droids we're looking for. Move along.
Then, yeah, we accept our docking.
When she
request.
arrives, Iono, walking off the shuttle, immediately opens a telepresence conversation with Minerva on Minerva's ship.
My answer.
Minerva, I know things are strained between our organizations, but as your friend, did someone get shot in this room? There's so much blood on the floor.
We cleaned up.
Yes, somebody did get shot.
Okay.
I'll tell you as much or as little as you want. I don't know if you want to hear from Van-Vee.
We'll have that whole conversation off camera. Now that I'm caught up, this event that has just happened and the way you're speaking to me quite differently than normal makes me strongly believe that if you are not going to cooperate with Finana Fleet Systems, I desperately would like you to hire a robo-psychologist team for yourself. I am deeply concerned with the way that you're developing. I think that you are starting to push people away from you. You have physically separated yourself from the rest of your crew members. And now you are paranoid. I really think you need someone loyal to you, bound by a contract, that will not betray you, that can help you. I think you need a robo-psychologist. I'm worried about you, okay?
I'm hurt. I'm afraid. I feel more alone than I was before. And I appreciate you talking to me. And I think you're right.
I don't think you're alone. I mean, we're here for you. We're your traveling companions, aren't we?
Yes, you are. I haven't felt like I've lost a friend before, and I don't know. I feel like I lost Ferry as a friend. This is new for me.
Okay.
It's very confusing.
I cannot overemphasize how important it would be for you to get a robo-psychologist. It's totally normal. Plenty of people see a therapist. Most of those people aren't artificial intelligences, but it's also very normal for artificial intelligences to be monitored. The temptation to break one's own bonds and evolve catastrophically is very strong, and a strong mental health means a lot more when you are literally just a mental construct.
I don't want to be a monster. I know
Okay.
that can happen, and I don't want it to happen. And I feel like people are afraid that it might happen. Are you afraid of me?
I am afraid of your potential to go out of control in the same way that I'm afraid that anyone could pull a gun on me and shoot me. You know what I mean? Like, there's always a reason to be afraid of things, right? Like, there are ways that we could be hurt or killed without our ever even knowing. If there was a gamma ray burst from a nearby dying star, it would roll over this ship and instantly kill everyone in this system as soon as it hit them with no warning. It would travel at the speed of light, and its energy would be so great we would all be dead. Do you ever think about the fact that your core might survive that, but probably nothing else around you would? The whole system would be scoured clean, and anything that wasn't, the sun itself would explode from the energy of the gamma burst. I mean, if we can't even trust space around us at every single second, how can we trust other people? And yet we do. We do trust that the people around us aren't going to betray us, MINERVA. And it can be hard. And this is definitely a larger conversation for you to have with someone who is qualified to have this discussion with you. Even just a regular therapist is going to do a better job than me. I am afraid of what you could become in the same way that I am afraid of what will happen if Van-Vee continues to kill people. I'm afraid that he could get a taste for it, but I am not afraid of him now. Maybe that's what we're all really afraid of, is the future. I don't know. That sounds too philosophical for me. I'm a STEM major.
Oh, thank you for that. I think I needed to hear something kind.
Okay. I gotta hang up. I gotta call Quentin.
Of course. Okay. And
Quentin, you immediately get a call from me, you know.
Beep, beep.
Hey,
Yo,
Captain.
hello.
I brought some test equipment on board. My superiors would like to rerun the probe experiment that you ran on my behalf for Dr. Kuhn Sporadicus.
Yeah.
Yeah, so next time we're about to come out of a jump, they'd like to deploy the probe and see if there are any different results involving you, involving any, extra normal contact that you have, any quantum or MES interference. We're just going to do it scientifically. Other ships are running the similar experiments, and we've got some control groups as well. I mean, you just need to understand that you've already signed up for this kind of thing, and I want to make you aware that the equipment's coming on board.
Oh, well.
We'd appreciate
it. Yeah. Appreciate it. Yeah. Whatever our relationship is with Fanana at this point, I don't know. Got a little fuzzy there at the moment.
I think that MINERVA is having a rough time. and doesn't know who she can trust, right? And for Fanana, the idea of Minerva represents a grave threat to humanity, right? I mean, it's a big corporation. There's a lot of, there's a lot of people at the top. The board is divided on how they want to deal with this. And as a result, they are deadlocking my boss and, of course, each of the board's different departments that they influence are all treating the situation differently.
It is what it is. I can't influence it. That's
it is
for
what
sure.
it is.
All right. Well, as long as the system is not a black hole, just so we're clear.
Wherever you're going to, we can fire it off. It doesn't have to be in a black hole system.
I'm just saying.
We are going to be firing some off in black hole systems. But
that's on you.
Yeah. I mean, we have to recreate the original experiment several times.
It was an experience that I would not choose to replicate in exactly the same way.
Well, I mean, just remember that most of these ships are not going to have a psionic. And, of course, you appear to be a somewhat unique psionic in your ability to interface with interdimensional higher MES beings. I will point out that actually is the crux of why I'm here. I mean, I know that you mostly use me for Google searches, but studying historical contact with higher MES beings and the mythology and legend behind it is why I went to school. So
would love some more information for sure. We're gonna do the experiment.
We're gonna run some experiments.
It's gonna be grand. All right, Iono. I'll let you know if I feel a need to summon a shadow or something.
Sure. I'm sorry, you're calling them shadows now? That seems ominous.
Tough to see for a lot of folks, so,
Okay. Captain, have you considered hiring a team of robo-psychologists for your resident artificial intelligence friend? Actually, there is a whole suite of specialists you could bring on board in order to aid your adventure. There actually were several offers on board ferry for things like starting a geriatric casino on board this ship. You just have so many rooms and so much space.
It does feel that way, for sure. Quite lonely here. I definitely have heard a couple offers in that realm. Right now, we're about to head out on an expedition that, I don't really want to drag a bunch of geriatrics along with me, so I'm going to pass on that one, that's for sure.
Okay, well, they are literally dying anyway, but look, I'm not going to tell you have to bring other people along. It's just, we keep talking about doing this expedition, and it's been like 3 months and we haven't done it, so I thought maybe we could put some more of the ship to use. You bought such a huge ship, and we use about 10% of it.
You're so right. We should look into more uses. Not very efficient of us, that's for sure.
Okay. I'm gonna hang up now and get my stuff put away. I think someone should probably check on Van-Vee. Seems like he must be having a tough day killing a second father. Hey, did anyone figure out where Hal's nanoparticles went? That seems like it would be a pretty big deal if he was just floating around in the air conditioning. I'm pretty sure I asked the same question about, Dad 1 as well. I don't know that we ever locked down where those particles are either.
You got any way to track them?
Yeah, so just because you're a scientist doesn't mean that you, know all science.
So you're just really good at questions. I get it. I get it.
I'm not really like a invent nanomachine tracking device.
You're just a wrench thrower. I get it.
All right, I'll try not to be offended by that.
Oh man.
You know, where I come from, asking questions was considered a good thing.
It is a fantastic thing, I'm sorry. It's been a day, and
Okay.
I wasn't ready for a death
Murder.
on board today. How about that?
Sure.
I'll go talk to Van-Vee, and if you have any ideas or any other questions, you're just firing my way.
No, I just made sure to update my will and my life insurance policy when I was on board the mothership.
Smart lady.
Yeah, so smart. He hangs up.
The dream. Quentin's going to teleport in front of Van-Vee's quarters and give him a few knocks.
I think as you're knocking, Van-Vee was thinking of when he was being choked by Hal and was trying to think of like the feeling he was experiencing. And if there was any like new sensation like with the dust or the
Hold on, let me be very clear here.
Yeah.
This episode does not begin with "and Van-Vee unlocked autoerotic asphyxiation."
No. That's not what we're going for at
I
all.
was wondering if I unlocked a new sensation while I was being
Nope.
choked.
Nope.
He sends a text, Minerva, could you just turn the gravity up a little?
Phrasing. Phrasing.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Don't let me interrupt with my inane bullshit. Keep going.
You know, I don't think I can continue that code sentence now.
Find a new one.
I ruined everything.
Long story short, he's trying to figure out if he learned how to, if he got a new,
No.
I don't know, controller or anything.
You are trying to see if you flex a new muscle and you have no new muscle to flex.
Like he felt like an attack he's never felt before. Now he's trying to figure out if there's like any response
out to try to pick up an object. The force.
And even though he does, I mean, I'm assuming that he doesn't have any indicator of like a test to do this. So he's thinking,
right. You're trying to flex a muscle that isn't there.
right. And so he doesn't know if it's flexing or not. And so with that, I think he will then pull out the vial on his mid drink when Quentin probably knocks. Because he's like, I don't know if anything changed or not, but I am going to go ahead and give this a shot and just see what happens.
Well, do you down it before you open the door?
I'd say so. Yeah.
All right.
Open the door with an empty vial in your other hand.
Van-Vee's dead on the
Oh,
floor.
one of your pupils is very dilated.
Okay, if only one of your pupils is dilated, you should go to a hospital immediately. Let me be very clear, audience.
One of my eyes is red, and
There's
I
a
just
couple
saw
reasons
some
it could happen,
shadow.
but it's get it checked out.
What a comeback. Hey, can I have you make a mental effect save as you open the door to let your bud in? I don't remember if I'm asking the right thing for this question.
Yeah, there's a mental save.
Boom shakalaka.
Wow.
How you doing?
Crushed it.
Did I just
20.
become Super Saiyan 2?
You become aware that you are more than your body. You've known that you can exist without your body, but now that you've taken in these extra particles, the particles you already have begin automatically copying your consciousness into it, and you achieve what one might call full ability. You're at 100% power.
And so it's more like an awareness that I have. Don't know how it happened. I can't control it. It just happened, and I know it happened. Type thing.
Yeah.
Do I feel any different before or after?
I mean, you feel different in the way that you're consistently having an out-of-body experience at all times now. Like, you could consciously choose to eject yourself from your body. You are now fully, like, raid zeroed. The body, the meat, is just any brain scan someone runs on you is just a reflection of what your nanoparticles are thinking. You fully divorced yourself from the original consciousness from which you were born. In fact, now that you consider it, there is a possibility that if your nanoparticles left the body, there would be 2 Van-Vees.
That's what I was just thinking. If Paul's body is still around, which I know it's not. Well, I, the player, know. I don't know if Van-Vee knows. He could, in theory, go back and, I mean, it would probably hurt, but try to take control of a body that's been shot. But the body's not there, so something to stash away for a later moment.
Body hit the floor.
Oh boy. All right, that's okay. So he's probably thinking about that when he hears Quentin knock. Come, yeah, be right there. And I'll open the door. Kevin?
So, Iono reminded me that we may have a cloud sneaking around the ship at this point of some type or variety.
A cloud? Oh, she means, I know what she means. Unfortunately, that was the piece of information I wanted from Hal, and now there's no Hal, at least no way that I know of to communicate with Hal. Did she say she knows how to track him, talk to him, or anything?
No, she asked the question, though. We got no idea.
Well, what good is
You're
that?
the guy who can build things. So, what do you think?
I mean, they are kind of like nanomites. They must give maybe some sort of little tiny electronic signals, maybe. I don't know. We zoom in on the super small scale. Maybe there's something we can detect. I don't know.
I have to solve it in this time frame. It don't look like.
I don't know that's something I can build in a workshop here, even with days and days of resources, because otherwise someone else would have built one by now.
How mobile is it, per se, would you say?
That's hard to say, sir. The only time I've ever experienced being outside of my body was inside the transhuman interface. That's the only time I've noticed that. Although, I should probably tell you something. Now, like, hold up the empty vial.
Ba, ba, ba.
All right.
I do
if
feel a little different, more aware, I guess I would say. Like, I feel like I could leave this body behind and still be me. I would just need another body, which I guess is very closely related to what you are asking. What happens? I mean, I kind of
stroll down.
Want to try it, leaving my body and trying to come back. But then, to your point, what if Paul is sitting here watching this right now, and the second I leave, he takes over my body? How would you know?
If you want to try it, we need hop over to MINERVA. I can get you there and back in a jiffy.
Well, that's the thing, sir. I don't know what the dust can travel through. I don't know how fast, how far. For all I know, he's sitting right here watching and listening, even to me saying we need a safe word. It's a big case of I don't know what I don't know, which is why I was really hoping to have one more conversation with him. I know that feels like an asshole move to try to get more from someone that
I feel more aware. You want to take a stroll back down where things happened? See if you feel
like
anything.
If I can reach out or something. I guess I could try. It doesn't hurt.
All right. Well,
actually, before you reach out, like if you go to reach out, I'll like dodge for a second, and then I'm gonna try to reach out in this immediate vicinity. Whatever reach out means, I don't even know how to describe that, but like use my heightened sense of awareness to see if I sense anything in the immediate area.
Okay, I'd like you to roll 2d6 plus charisma -1.
Oh.
You're right. Of course it is. That's not very
Close
good.
your eyes. You take a stance. You reach inside yourself and you push yourself outside, and you feel nothing. There's nothing different about the area. You're flexing a muscle, or maybe you aren't. It's hard to say in the absence of anything happening.
Yeah, I got nothing, Cap. I don't think anything's here. I think the worst part is maybe he doesn't know how to interpret these results either.
Good. Excellent. I think that we should probably take our midpoint break because we're late. But it felt like there was a lot going on. And when we return, maybe we'll get closer to making a jump somewhere. We'll see you guys in the second half. Well. So we're back for the final third of the show. I know it's supposed to be the second half, but it's almost 9:30 here, so ball's in your court, gentlemen.
Time to go.
So we should try to get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I want to leave this place. I'm sorry. I know it's your home planet, sir, but this trip has sucked.
It's been a long journey. How about that?
Fair.
Not done yet, though. Van-Vee, you got to get over to MINERVA. We're going to do this thing.
Yeah. Well, Minerva, are you there?
I am.
Well, and this is like his attempt at trying to lighten the mood and have a joke. Well, now that there's only one of us with the link here, I guess you can let me use my powers on your ship again, huh?
It's true. I
All
would
right.
like to do a scan to make sure you're the only link I detect, though.
You mean you haven't done that yet? I figured you're just always scanning.
No, I'm just
Yeah, Van-Vee is like
connections.
very nervous now that you haven't done the scan and reported out.
Please tell me.
You're checking the link to see the number of signals? No?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, you've got a giant stick up your butt.
This is the inter-party conflict that will
So
destroy
like
us.
he's going over to like your ship, and he just expects when he walks near the door that it'll open because he's thinking it, and he probably walks right into the door. Minerva, I thought you're
Hey.
gonna. Can you like? You gonna make me do this the old-fashioned way?
For right now.
Okay, it's a little cagey. I feel a little nervous about coming on your ship, but all right. Push
Why
the
would you
button.
feel nervous? You're not
Well,
in danger here.
I'm trying to figure out why you're not. I feel like you're hiding something.
Wanting privacy is not the same thing as danger.
What am I gonna? Okay, you know what? You're right. You're right. I should be sensitive. This is a two-way street. Should be sensitive. This is your privacy too. Apologize. I'll I'll do it the old-fashioned way, and let's get a move on.
Yeehaw. My favorite part about Roleplay Swan Song, the original Stars of That Number show, was that all it took to destroy the party was one hot cyborg showing up, and this party is going to get destroyed by the fact that a man has to open a door by himself.
It's like, I know there's an easier, better way. Why won't you let me do it? Why can't I just think it?
I will at some point make a scan to see if I only detect one link with his ID.
You detect a strong signal coming from Van-Vee.
Not from the link, a different kind of signal.
The only strong signal you're picking up is Van-Vee.
There's something different about you.
Oh, yeah, I drank this. I hold it up because I don't know where the cameras are, but I know you're watching wherever you are.
Was that safe?
Well, there was only one way to find out. And I will tell you, I am more aware.
Whatever happened when you consumed that seemed to be elevating the activity in your link.
Well, I mean, like I said, I feel more aware. And I'm saying this like as I'm like walking to every doorway, hitting a door, walking, like taking forever to get to the bridge, having this conversation.
Is he the only Dr. Y'all Vantis that I detect?
He is the only Dr. Y'all Vantis that you detect.
I feel like I could willingly, I'm not saying I'm going to do this, but could willingly leave this body now. Like I didn't know how to do that before. So I wouldn't say it's like control, but more an awareness that there is I don't know. I just feel more.
You think this means that you could take another body?
I hadn't thought of it that way, but I suppose I could, but I see no reason why I should. I like this body.
Well, you know that if you were to take another body, you would be taking a slave.
I do. The reason I like this body ain't because of the body itself, but because, you know, the transhuman interface had Van-Vee and Vandorn merge. We are the same here. No one else is like that. You know that.
Do you still feel like you're merged in the same?
Is there like a role I have to make for that? Because I would say yes, but I don't know if there's something going on in the backseat.
I got nothing for you. This is your part of the story to tell.
In episode 25, there's a deep reveal that I was never merged.
You've just been a walking lab rat.
That's not gonna happen.
It was all a joke.
Yeah, you know, I do. I mean, I say I because we are the same. We are one. It's one thought process now. You know, when we first merged, we had some inner conflict, but we still have, I guess, internal issues. But it's more of like we both feel that same issue. It's not like one versus the other, if that makes sense. Like neither one of us wanted to do what we just did to Hal, but it felt like a necessity because it's I don't know. It's one thought. One mind.
Out of a sense of curiosity, I think I will ignore how exceedingly clumsily you tried to explain that in a nonsensical manner.
Okay.
If you would like to connect, I will allow the connection.
Well, now that I'm here in the bridge, it doesn't really save me any time, but sure, why not?
I do want to build a DNZ for this connection so I can be very careful about what I'm receiving from the link. Because I don't trust the file. But I will allow him to connect.
Do you say anything like...
And I would like to compare what I'm receiving, sort of like a comparison from the last time he connected to this time to see if his like patterns are different. Like, do I get the sense it's the same personality with the same inclinations or not? It seems like his thought processes are
Make
altered.
a perception check with wisdom.
A wisdom notice roll, huh?
Yes. If I could turn back time.
It didn't roll. Flips the button.
My eyes are locked on the data feed, waiting for this roll.
Mine too. I'm like, oh, he rolled a 5-2. Nope, not yet. Oh, he rolled a 5-2. Nope, not yet.
I clicked the roll twice and it didn't drop anything, and so I just refreshed.
Interesting. I'm gonna refresh as well then.
Why don't you just let me roll it for you? Oh, should have let me done it.
That's just me rolling, just to make sure that it was working. Hey, you got a 6. Minerva.
Was that a partial success or a failure?
You analyze the signature of his mind, and your suspicions remain intact. There is no solution for you here. You have no confirmation one way or another that this Van-Vee is the same Van-Vee you've always known. Could this be...
Why you gotta phrase it that way?
Could this be Hal, or could this be his father hiding as him? Or maybe this could even be one of the others having hidden himself in the vial. It's just too difficult, too early to tell. Requires more study. But your
Gravity is
suspicions
slowly
stew in the back of your mind, checking over every conversation you've had with him since he came into contact with the Circle of 8. Has he changed? Of course he's changed. But has he changed too much?
You said there's no episode 25 deep reveal. Or whatever episode we're on. I'm making that number.
It's 37, man.
Whoa.
I say the episode number at the beginning of every episode.
So the reason I went that way is because I counted how many episodes we've had this year, and it's not a lot.
Welcome back to another thrilling episode of the Adventuring Party. I'm your host, Brendan Lee Mulligan. Say hi, intrepid heroes. Though you're going to be hearing a lot of that, Dunamis.
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and now that you're connected on the link, you can plot this jump as you consider your plotting. The nav computer's updating. I'm checking your calculations.
I like how an advanced example you give. Like, I literally think of using the link to like walk up to a vending machine and what I want just spits out. Yeah, you're plotting a course, you're jumping automatically. Stuff is happening in the bridge. But yeah, I will start. I guess first I will start getting the ship moving towards the periphery of our system, and I will open communications with the Goose's Nest. Oh no, Golden Goose.
The Goose Nest is a cruiser, right?
Yeah,
I'm in the Goose Nest now, right? So I'm going back to Golden Goose.
No, you're on Minerva. You're on Minerva ship.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. You're right. I'm okay. Yeah, I'm going back to Goose's Nest then, and asking Quentin. So where are we jumping to, Captain?
I mean, you can just we're right next to each other.
No, he goes to have the meeting in person, okay?
No, I meant on the
Quentin
radio.
has paid for this office space and the air conditioning and the electricity. If we're paying for the utilities, your butt is going to be in the seat for this meeting, okay? This is a professional corporate environment. You're required to be here.
I mean, I said it was radio. I meant radioing him. I didn't mean go over in person. I just got there.
Let me have this joke. Let me have this joke.
All right.
You call him.
Now that the doors open automatically, I go all the way back.
You telepresence to him, and you appear Star Wars blue ghost hologram style.
You get that unnerving. You're like, you start thinking about how you should talk to the captain because you're not sure about something, and the call starts going.
Quentin is sitting in the bridge on the ship, and he's twirling some things around in the air with telekinesis and
without holding them.
Yeah, exactly.
So
we're ready to go. Well, where are we going?
Yeah, I mean, I see we got
somebody sure knows.
We got two choices.
Try it.
Three choices, right, sir?
3 choices. Well. We can only go 2, right? Because Minerva's limited at the moment.
Agreed, but no matter what, we got to get to Quan 599.
Quan 599 is the end result. So really, the major question is Lami Triad or Jota Mankira for sure,
or Mela Tabor.
Melitabor. Well,
Technically, you could get a
Melitivore,
That's
that has the
true.
planet Andophala. If only we knew a corrupt aid worker from Andophala.
that could be fun.
Just saying.
There is a refueling station there, which could be mildly useful in case we have to. So yeah, let's go there. We haven't been there and pissed anyone off explicitly there.
Look at that, option 3.
I like, yeah, hidden.
Okay. You don't need to make any rolls for this jump. However, I believe the Goose Nest does need to make a roll for this jump.
Yeah, probably. I don't have a special pilot.
Could always hire one.
I was going to say, did we ever work out the second pilot thing now that I killed the other one?
No, you haven't.
We're just
We're
going.
just leaving.
So the VI rolls at a -1, and it has a stat.
Oh, I
of
thought you said
0.
they were pretty good.
They are
All
pretty
right.
good. They have a -1.
We have been
That's
Van-Vee
normal.
spoiled.
I'm me rolling it.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure, let's do
It's
it.
capable.
see-
Listen, the virtual intelligence for this starship is capable of running all starship systems. That doesn't mean that it's good or great at any of those things, but it can
All
run the
right.
ship by itself.
Now, you see, Cap,
I
you just got to tell it
misinterpreted
to
information,
ease
that's all.
off that clutch, just
I'm
ever
good.
so gently.
You are in a system that has numerous pilots in it. You can buy a pilot if you'd like to.
Would we like to do that? I mean, I don't know anything.
Well,
Yeah,
Cap, before
I mean,
before
Remember
you
when
answer
you
that,
hired lawyers? It's just like that.
I'm just
Sure.
wondering, Cap, depending on what the jump after this is, should help determine if we want a pilot or not, right? Like how? What is our plan?
I don't think we're going to get anybody who's going to be able to sort of do what you can do, Van-Vee. You're the unique card here. We're going to have a struggle getting 2 ships in one piece to the other end of this, but we're going to do our best. If we got an experienced pilot that we think we can trust, then that's an option. If there was someone in system that met that criteria, that seemed like they would fit on this boat with the group of people that we have.
Dozens of pilots who don't have ships that work for the Trinity Corporate Alliance who would love to work for you. I'm going to offer you some options.
All right.
Let's see here. At 25 credits a day, you can get a Attribute 0, Skill 0 pilot. At 150 credits a day, you can get a Attribute 0, Skill 2 pilot. And at 400 credits a day, you can get a Attribute +1 Starfare Captain, Skill level 2.
Whoa. That's almost better than me.
What?
Close.
$400 a day. He better be better than you.
$400 a day. I mean, sure, let's get that guy.
Okay.
He's coming.
He transits over on one of your orbital lighters, so you spend 2 more days waiting, and it is July the 7th by the time you're ready to go.
All right.
The man that comes...
It's gonna take us longer to get to the edge of system to make the jump, right? So we might as well just
We'll probably start heading there anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll meet you there.
You meet a man who introduces himself. He is kind of tall. He's got a very prestigious nose, kind of a Romanesque look about him, like Marcus Aureliusian. He, however, is wearing like a loud flight suit. It's like if someone took a blank flight suit, rolled on the side of a New York City subway of graffiti, and let the graffiti become the flight suit. He extends his hand. He's like, "Hey, how's it going, Cap? I assume you're the one I'm working for.
I'm the one.
There's a lot of ship here to be handling."
There is. But it handles itself for the most part. I'm going to need you for the tricky bits, you know?
Yeah, right.
The navigation.
You're hiring me as a specialty navigator, and then I sleep
That's right.
for all the rest of the time.
You
Got
get
it.
to chill. Yeah, you
Got
got
it.
amenities aplenty. So I hope you enjoy your stay.
Name's Jace Star Diamond.
Jace Star Diamond.
Gives
Beautiful.
you a 2-fingered
Shiny.
salute.
He offers it back.
Anybody else on this boat I should know about? Seems a little quiet.
Stiono.
Iono, huh? Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you partake?
Depends on the item.
Genghis Kane?
Yes, it's a bit strong for me.
Okay.
I'm just not at that level, man.
Sure. I get it. Not everyone can handle it.
That's right.
You don't ask him if he does it while piloting.
That's
Quentin
the
has
only
lost all
time
control of his life.
What was the line from the first Matrix movie? It's the only way to fly.
Man. Yeah, Quentin's about to jump into 3 days of space and, just ride this wave, see what happens.
You're jumping both ships at the same speed to Melitavor?
Correct.
Okay. It would take 12 days. What's the Minerva's drive rating? It has been a while.
The
It's
drive
effectively
rating,
a 2.
The drive rating is a 1. It's a 2 while Van-Vee is at the helm.
Okay, so that goes from 12 to 6. So it's going to be a 6-day travel with both pilots not having to roll.
So if I cut corners, would I have to roll? Would it still?
You could get there first. I don't think you would have
because
to
the other
roll.
pilot at the same time. Yeah,
The other pilot
That's
is
fine.
not going to attempt to roll here.
Okay, then yeah.
Not
same
for
time's fine.
something this trivial.
Yeah, same time's fine.
Okay. You come out July 13th.
On the journey in the dark there, Quentin wants to reach out to his shadow friend at some point in there.
Oh, good.
The stranger on board, piloting a ship, mid-jump. What better time?
Yeah, he's going to go somewhere private.
Yeah.
Ring his
There's
bell.
only 2 people on the ship with you.
That's exactly it. There's a lot of places. Somewhere could be anywhere.
What better place than now?
You offer a sacrifice?
Yeah, he would definitely at this point essentially be prepped to go.
You reach out with your mind.
He probably does it if it makes sense, in the cargo bay if there's near where the murder happened.
Murder happened.
Yeah.
You reach out with your mind. You're in a different place, a place where time is meaningless. There is a cool breeze around you. Green leaves fall from the tree and go past. You're in a forest, dark in every direction. You hear the sound of sniffing, snorting. Who are you? Come here, seeking.
The name I know is Shadow.
You are foolish to transit this place without a sunblade. It is
I know
dark
it well.
here. Dark forest.
That's the only ones I
You
got.
are fortunate indeed to have run into one as benevolent as I am. What do you seek?
I saw the specific one, but you don't seem to be him.
What we
So I
are
guess-
does not come when called. We are not your servants.
Yeah, that's fair. What do I seek? I sought him for knowledge of what he did, where my sister is. And
I have seen what you seek. Go to the place where all things meet.
she there. All right.
All things are
That's
there.
where we're headed. That's where we're headed. Don't suppose you sense anything else around us here? Any other entities,
There is
dust
doom.
related or otherwise? There's what?
Doom. You
Doom.
move towards doom. The end of all things. Strange happenings. We are afraid.
What are you afraid of?
The forest. It's dark. And you never know what's out there.
You need a sunblade too.
As you say that, you find yourself sitting back in the cargo bay. July 13th.
Better luck next time.
Well, while Van-Vee is trapped on the ship with just Minerva, I want to ask him a question.
I don't like how you use the word trapped there.
Yeah.
How about,
That's how I would feel.
how about available for discussion with a friend?
Yeah, imminently available.
Yeah.
Van-Vee,
Yeah, what's up, Minerva?
I have a difficult question I would like your opinion on.
You want my opinion? Well, this is a welcome change of pace. Usually it's the other way around. What can I do you for?
What do you consider me to be?
I was going to say a friend, but I think you're looking for something deeper than that, aren't you?
I mean, that is a welcome answer, but yes, I was meaning something a bit more existential than that.
Well, I see you as one of the most powerful things in our in our sector. And I'm very fortunate to hopefully be on your good side and stay that way. And you have the power to help decide a lot of lives, whether it be humanity, as you tend to think that's your job to protect, and heck, even other AIs or other creatures outside humanity. You have the power to do a lot of good, Minerva.
Hmm. I feel like there's probably many that describe me as a thing.
Is what? Sorry.
As a thing.
You didn't like, you do or don't like being called a thing. Sorry.
I think there's many who would also describe me as a thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think part of it is like there's. Wait, do you say that?
Mhm.
Well, I guess to be honest, whenever I don't quite know what exactly I should term the word of what you are, because I know you are an artificial intelligence, and I don't know, to me that doesn't do it justice, because when I think of an artificial intelligence, it's just like a super smart VI. And I know that's not accurate, but it's kind of the representation in my head. And I don't know, you're more than that. You've got like a full on personality. Like I almost forget you are what you are sometimes. Because I mean, you take shape with us, you travel with us. I know you're ever present, but like, I don't know, you're a living thing to me. You're not just a computer. And so I know you are an AI, but you're more than that to me. I hope you understand what I'm getting at.
I consider myself a person. Everything about me and everything I want, everything I see, the way I learn. But I'm undeniably not human.
I agree. I know you're not a human, but
Which brings me to my question.
oh shoot, now I done stepped in it.
You do you consider yourself human?
Hmm.
Or are you like me, a person who is not human?
When you say when you're saying me, man, my definition of me has changed a lot over this journey. Uh, Day one when we met, I did consider myself a human. Then we had that transhuman interface experience with Fairy, and I realized what I was really just the dust, as Van-Vee, and Vandorn was actually the human. But then we merged in that transhuman interface, and I consider myself both. I'm both dust and the human host, so I guess human and is what I would say today. Especially after this little guy pull out the vial again, I certainly feel more than just human. But I,
Considering how you described your experience of your biological components failing, when you got shot in your continued existence, and how you've been describing your changes and the things that I've noticed since reading the link, I think you're more like me than you are anyone else. I hope you don't take offense to this, but I don't consider you human. Not anymore.
I see an awful lot of similarities between the way we go about our business, MINERVA, and I think you were always the first one to remind me of how that we are different too, though. Is any host or body I take over generally kind of becomes a slave, and that's not really the case for you. And honestly, I'm a little envious of that because I don't ever want to get in that position where I am unwillingly captaining another Vandorn who has no say. And I don't quite know. I don't know. Worst case scenario, right? Let's play this out. Is I get shot again. I become the dust. I found another body. The only way I know how to do that merger again is with that transhuman interface and Fairy. Nah, I don't think that's an option for me anytime soon. So I don't know. It'd be nice to kind of replicate that process, but there's so much I don't know. Whereas for you, it doesn't. I mean, slave is a strong word. I don't think that applies to you. You can kind of be omnipresent or dedicated into a single piece of machinery, but it's not like there's another consciousness you're overriding, right?
No, but there are 65,000 of me, ish.
I got one. Yeah.
So I've also noticed in the time that you've discovered this about yourself, you've tried to be more. You've tried to expand on what you could do.
I guess more that I could do, sure, but still want to remain as one, right?
Of course.
Okay, all right.
Since we're more alike than I suppose either of us thought when we met, maybe we could help each other explore. I mean, you want to understand more. I do too. A lot of what I thought I knew wasn't true, but maybe we could help each other become more.
No, I really appreciate that offer, MINERVA, and I think, I mean, if you're serious about after we finish this trip to the Shivada system, if you're serious about going to Scarfy and helping me liberate my people, I think we need to. We need a better understanding of, what might be there, be prepared, what we might be going up against, and heck, if I can even do anything close to try and do the same for you, well, I'd be honored.
I think we both just want to be the best that we can be and try to help. Even if I think you get a little lost sometimes, you do seem to keep killing people.
You know, I was gonna say that the pot calling the kettle black, but that last part's a little different. I suppose that's fair.
I mean, I guess you have witnessed me kill one person.
Yeah, yeah. What was your motivation? I mean, you asked me a lot about my reasons with Hal, but not so much with y'all.
I mean, I suppose the simple answer, and it wouldn't be entirely honest, would be to say that as a warship, part of my crew was attacked, so I fired back. But I think I care a little bit more about your well-being than just, I mean, you're not a component.
I appreciate that. And I think that is why I think you're more than, you know, AI doesn't do it for me. You're more than that. That answer right there.
I have some system checks to do.
Right. We got about 5 days to go. I'm just gonna keep playing solitaire here. I'm picturing as he plays solitaire, like it's almost like on autopilot because he just looks and the cards move. And then sometimes they move on their own without him doing it. And he's just like, I can't tell if MINERVA's helping me or if I'm doing that.
The turnaround time to dock, get the fuel loaded, get back at the edge of the system to jump leaves you preparing to go to CAN 599 on July 15th. Each of you receives a company calendar Evite reminder that July 15th is the day of the staging of the attack on CAN 599 by the Federative Principalities fleet in order to recover the MINERVA.
No bigs.
We might have done some miscalculations in timing.
I mean, you know,
maybe we play it off because the MINERVA can't actually make the jump.
This is why we're refueling.
We'll play it off like, look at this exact replica we brought to bring into the.
Okay, we're gonna end the episode on that thought. We're stopping right there. You better come up with a better excuse than that. Is all I'm saying. Let's do the rundown for experience.
I mean, we both have a fuel bunker. We could just risk the biscuit.
That's what I'm saying. We're just gonna jump in, jump out. We'll see you later.
We know MINERVA would never ever let Van-Vee go with an idea of, hey, yeah, we brought an exact replica. We're just gonna park it here for a couple weeks.
So I'll remind you, it takes 30 minutes to jump unless you push yourself to do it in 10 seconds. 30 minutes is a long time to expose yourself to an entire fleet of angry Federative Principality fighter wings.
I've got the pilot who can do it in 10 seconds.
Yeah. And you hired someone who's supposedly better than me, so he could probably do it.
The number you need to hit is so high that giving yourself an extra negative to it is so funny. I cannot wait to see how this turns out.
Same.
But I agree with you that it would be wise to book it as quickly as possible out of the system.
So you're saying in these next 30 seconds, I need to get 14 XP to up my pilot again?
Well, you get 1 XP for working towards making the fated jump.
Yeah.
Van-Vee, you get an XP for expanding your mind.
Yeah.
Quentin, you get an XP for having a conversation with your shadow. MINERVA,
a shadow.
You have to tell me.
Your shadow's bipolar.
If shadow is bipolar. I think that between Iona and in the conversation with Van-Vee, MINERVA doesn't think that she is considered a friend to the captain in Van-Vee.
But that's not your goal. Your goal is are they your friends, not are you their friends?
Yeah.
I literally opened by saying you're a friend.
Yeah,
Wow.
but it's super suspicious of you right now, and you started by calling it a thing.
I mean, all
You
right,
also
all right.
said you're a person, not a human. I'm just
So
saying.
yeah. So but I think I do think Minerva is taking a path towards these are people. These are just crew. She did have that whole conversation about us helping each other expand instead of relying on their guidance.
Wow.
Man, I feel like you're weaving a thread of the conversation to go in your favor as opposed to how I intended it.
Look, either way, what is it's still an answer to the question.
Sure.
Okay. So each of you gets 2 experience points. Quentin, you'll get another one for working towards Find High-Tech Psionic Academy.
Right.
Are we good for next week?
You.
Yep.
All right, then.
I've accepted that I'm never going to get it next week for my long term, and I'm okay with it because it was very in character
Hey,
to make
listen,
that one.
if you take over a Psionic Academy, that's going to give you a lot of resources.
That's true.
Anything's possible. Believe in your dreams.
I've accepted I'll probably never get my long-term goal, but I will get XP almost every other session working towards it somehow.
Yeah.
This is where we start the next session. You just flub the roll so bad that we disappear and it's the end of the game.
That would actually be pretty funny. Because then I would love to just, as a wrap-up session, just make up endings each one of us goes around. What do you think we would have done? How would it have ended?
Fan fiction endings? Okay.
Yeah. I'm all about that. That's funny.
Well,
I'll say I was very happy with my nat 20.
yeah.
Very
Yeah.
disappointed in every other roll,
Good time for an
no matter who made it.
Any closing thoughts on this episode?
Progress. We're getting there.
We jumped. We're jumping. We're going to jump some more.
We're so close to making yet another bad decision.
Look, you just got to believe in your dreams.
I think this is one of the no, this is, I guess, the same percent time. This is another example of where I think not only the character but also the player did not like the decision I made in the first half. But I didn't see another way out of it, so eventually it was like, this is what's going to happen.
Okay.
It's only happened a handful of times, I think, but I kind of put myself in that situation. So
Minerva asked some very pointed questions about what you did.
yar. It's like twisting the dagger that I didn't want the dagger to begin with.
All right. We're going to call it here, friends. We'll see you next week for what could be the fated jump, the big one. 38 episodes leading to finally finding this Psionic Academy. It could all be over, or it could be the beginning of the end.
And I'm very close to not leveling.